Hello, good morning. It's me, Vicki Marie. And I just thought something that's been driving me mad that I've been thinking about for a little while. And I thought I'd give it you to think about on this rainy Sunday. If you're in the UK, it's rainy. Well, it is in Manchester. But it's a Sunday if you're watching this when this video is released. And I thought I'd give you something to think about because it's been on my mind a little bit. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Now, for anyone who's watching from another country, you may or may not know that in Britain we have a two-tier system of government. So we have the House of Commons, which is where your elected representative sits and represents you, supposedly. And everybody who lives in the UK has an MP, a member of Parliament, who's supposed to deal with their concerns, etc., and represent them. We also have the House of Lords, which has less power. It does have quite a lot of power because it can block certain laws, etc. Sometimes there are rebellions in the House of Lords. And what I'm going to say today is I think the House of, well, to be honest, to me, it's always been a joke, but it's become even more of a joke. Now, I hate privilege. I hate, if someone's a lord or a lady, or, if they granted a title, because the thing about the House of Lords is it's a combination of people from the aristocracy, the class. I mean, why is Britain so far behind every other country that it still has this class system? It still has it. There's still this big sort of gulf between privileged people and, just like your average Joe in the street or Joanne. It's like, what is wrong with Britain that can't modernise? Well, my opinion would be, as long as it's got a royal family, it will never modernise. But anyway, never mind. But the thing is, it's got even worse. Because to be honest, sometimes the people, the aristocrats who've been in the House of Lords, they've been the ones that are most against, like what I would call like inhuman laws sometimes that the House of Commons tries to bring in. But I'm not going to get into those because that's another contentious subject. We'll get into that another day in another video. But what we've got now is a system where whoever is the sitting prime minister, as they leave that post, they can nominate people to be lords, ladies, barons, baronesses, etc. So, of course, Boris Johnson, he's the people that he nominated. Now, let's not forget, he tried to nominate his father. This is the nepotism at the centre of Britain. He tried to nominate his father, Stanley Johnson, the well-known abusive man who domestic violence in his relationship with Boris Johnson's own mother, that she practically drove her mad. He was trying to nominate him. Why? What he done for the country? The purpose of giving these awards or these knighthoods or whatever is supposed to be for people. The honour. That's why I'm against the honours. Completely against the honours. Sometimes people do wonderful things and they're given an honour, and great, but it doesn't. In fact, rarely that's the case. It's more often the case that it's a thanks for helping them out with something. It's a political decision, giving honours to your mates, to your dad. Oh gosh, and I'm not only saying, I've said this all along. It wouldn't matter if it was Labour or Conservative. It wouldn't matter who it was. It's wrong. Needs abolishing completely. Anyway, it's been made even more ridiculous. Now, you may or may not know that Boris Johnson's list has they've just taken their seats in the House of Lords. And let's have a look at two. I've just picking two of the people that have been given awards, which It was sort of on the news, but it's all been shushed up now. Funny that, isn't it? But of course, on social media, we'll talk about it. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so here's one of them. This, well, I can only call her a girl. She's 29 years old. Not her. Where's she gone? Where's the picture gone? Where's the picture? Oh, it'll come up in a minute. Anyway, so this girl is called Charlotte Owen. No. Where's the picture of Charlotte? Here she is. It will come up in a minute. 9 years old. And she's been made Baroness of Alderley Edge, so Manchester, or around in Greater Manchester. I'm so angry about this. It's so wrong. Why do you think she's been made a Baroness at the age of 29? She worked for Boris Johnson in government. She's worked for quite a few different, now I'll tell you what they're all alleged. Of course, there's an obvious reason. We know who does like young blonde girls. But also there's another possibility that people are talking about. Of course, it's all rumour. We're not allowed to talk about it. Oh, I did the advert came on. We're not really supposed to talk about it. But there are rumours. I can't confirm or deny those rumours that she may be related to Boris in some way. You know, Boris is probably the most fertile prime minister we've ever had. He's just anyway, she's 30 years old. There's a lot of rumours on Twitter, let's say. I'm not going to repeat those rumours. I don't know if they're true or not, but I just want to know what a 29-year-old girl has done to warrant being made a lifelong, this is a lifelong peerage. She will be Baroness of Alderley Edge until she dies. Long time coming yet, isn't it? She's 29 years old. So that's one person I wanted to. There's more. There's another one that I want to point out to you. And being a baron or a baroness, apart from having the title, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Signing your letters, Baroness Vicki Riley of Alderley Edge. I would love that. I don't know why it's Alderley Edge, just that where she lives. I don't know. I don't know where the Alderley Edge comes from. Anyway, let's have a look at another one. So these are, to me, the most they're all contentious to me. I would abolish the House of Lords. It's an absolute joke. Keir Starmer is saying that he will abolish the House of Lords. I hope he does, because, and bear in mind, Liz Truss, who only served as Prime Minister for 30 seconds, more or less, she will be able to, she probably already has chosen her peers list as well. You know, and Boris Johnson's got sent back because there was too many people on it. His father was Stanley Johnson. That's what and bearing in mind that Boris Johnson was the person that gave the Russian. We have a Russian Lord sitting in the House, in the British House of Lords, that Boris Johnson gave a peerage to. What was that for? Is it Lebedev, his name? He is a lord, a Russian is a lord in the British House of Lords. Now, just think about that for a minute. It's a joke, absolute joke. It's disgusting. Anyway, let's have a look at the other one that to me is contentious. Baron Bailey of Paddington. Now, he's 52, this guy. I've got to say, looks well for 52. He does look well for 52. Now, he's been in Conservative politics for quite a long time. And I remembered him, first of all, when he, in 2021, he competed to be the mayor of London. But of course, Sadiq Khan won again. So, you know, he's been at least he's done something, I suppose, in political life, though. All he's really done is failed to win as a mayor. He's been a Conservative MP for quite a long time for West Bromwich. That must be another Sean Bailey. I don't know. Anyway, he's been a Conservative MP for a long time. He's been a member of the Conservative Party. He's 52 years. He's he's served the country, I suppose, for a while. So what's the thing? What don't? Oh, sorry, I forgot to share his photo. What is it I don't like about Sean Bailey? So Sean Bailey is the guy on the left, not the guy on the right. I don't know who that is, unless it's someone else called Sean Bailey. But no, it's the black guy here on the left. 52, looks well for it. I'm not surprised, the sort of lifestyle he has. So the reason why he's such a contentious choice is, although, yeah, I mean, it seems like he's put in a few years of service at least to the country. He was involved in all the party gates. He was partying like there was no tomorrow during lockdown. And so there was a big stink about him that he should not. Oh, look at this. Sean Bailey, the Tory contender for Mayor of London, today revealed how he's been subjected to appalling racist attacks by Labour supporters. What a load of rubbish. I bet he's had as many racist attacks from his own party as he had from Labour supporters. I mean, it's terrible that he gets racist attacks. Don't get me wrong, I don't believe in that, but I don't believe that they've all been from Labour supporters. Just don't believe it. But anyway, so he's been made a baron. So Charlotte Owen, the young lady that we saw earlier, she's been made a baroness. And Sean Bailey, despite partying all the way through lockdown while everybody else was not able to bury their loved ones with dignity, not able to be with their loved ones, not able to see their families, towing the line, doing what they should have been doing, he was partying. And there was a bit of a clamour to stop him getting his peerage, but he got it. I saw a photo of him. He's just full of it, so he'll be a baron. Baron Sean Bailey of Paddington until the day he dies. So, as I said, what's in it for these people to be barons or baronesses? They don't get paid, okay? They don't get salaried. I mean, this just made me laugh because, well, laugh in a sarcastic way, because they actually don't get salaried. So they don't receive a salary. Poor things, they don't receive a salary. But look at what they do get. Let's have a look. So they get no annual salary, but they get a tax-free daily allowance, and all their expenses are paid. So let's just have a look. I found earlier how much that was on good old Wikipedia. Can't beat Wikipedia, can you, to give you some information? Because it's quite a lot. So for just attending on one day, they get about £350 plus expenses. Let's see if I can see the actual. I just had it up earlier, but it's gone, of course. Let's see. See. What does a baron earn? I mean, You know, this is what's happening in our country. I may not live in Britain, but it's still my country. This is what's happening. We're a joke country. We moan about countries like Russia. Meanwhile, we've got a Russian sitting in the House of Lords who was given that title by Boris Johnson because his mate, he went to a party, you know, over where he lives, etc. Who knows what's gone on in between them? This guy who's the Russian that's sitting in the House of Lords, he's like really rich, isn't he? So I expect there was some money. He wanted to be a lord. Of course, he never wants to be a lord or a baron, or, you know, people like all that shite, don't they? You know, it's like thinking that as if, you know, that means they're never going to die, or they don't go to the toilet like everybody else, or they don't, you know, have the same problems as them. Britain, sometimes it's just built on privilege. It's built on privilege, titles, class. Comes from the royal family. I'm sorry, it does. As long as we've got a royal family, we'll never have any real equality in Britain. You think we're equal in Britain? We're not equal. There was a time when we were getting that way, but it's all gone now. You know, you've got to pay for your education. So if you can't afford your education, you can't afford to go to university, you don't get to go to university. You've everything. There's glass ceilings everywhere. It's all who you know, not what you know. Again, we had that. We fought against that. We came back from that, and now we're back there again, I think. And not only that, we're a laughing stock in every other country. Other countries think we're corrupt, or they think we're silly. You know, and these sort of things don't help. You know, if you're from another country looking in, and I'm sure there's these things going on in other countries, don't get me wrong, I don't think other countries are all perfect, I'm sure, but there's not other countries that got, you know, where someone can just make you a baron or a baroness or a lord or a lady. No, you're not elected. You know, there's no, even the king or queen can't deny it. You know, there's no questioning of it. It's just jobs for the boys or girls, isn't it? Yeah. So baronets don't collect a salary. Gosh, why doesn't it just tell me what the expenses are? What privileges? I know. So they don't collect a salary, but they get the title, and they get, let's see, it says almost none. No, it's not almost none. They get over 300 and something pounds a day. So every time they sit in the, why can I not find that? What I found before. I found a thing before which told me exactly what they earn, and now I can't find it. Let's have a look. Allowances. It just makes me laugh the way they say they're not entitled to a salary, but you know, they can claim an allowance as if it's not much. You know, like yeah, I'm on the government website now, and it's gosh. See, when you look into these things, it's quite. Let's take an example here. Yeah, what? Daily allowance? Oh, that must be over a year or something. So they don't have to sit every day. They choose when they're going and looking down this list of different lords, etc., or barons, and it depends how many days they go in. Daily allowance that they claim. So over the year, seems like, let me share this with you. So the Members Finance publication, January 2023. So we can see, if we go there, so we've got all the different lords. And then going along, we've got like where their, you know, their seat is, or which, you know, like Lord Addington is from Berkshire, for example. And then we go along and we've got number of days attended. So some of them, look, 14, 10, 15, 4, naught. Some people don't even bother going. But at least they'll be the ones that are independently wealthy, because certainly the ones that aren't, they'll be going. You can depend on that. Number of days away from Westminster, nil. Daily allowance. So this is the daily allowance, this column. So I'm presuming this is over a year. What? Oh no, so this is only from the 1st to the 31st of January. They sat for 15 days. I can feel myself getting quite angry now. So the number of days they attended, so this first one attended 14 days and received £2,988. What these nils? Rails. Oh, so they haven't all claimed travel. Look, 2,900, and this guy or woman from Berkshire attended 15 days in January and received £4,980. 2,000. Now some of them did attend a few days and they've received nil. So maybe they didn't claim anything. The independently wealthy people. This one attended 2 days and received £664. So yeah, I knew it was about £330 a day. Well, that's nice work if you can get it, isn't it? Going down, some of them, you got some 4,980. So it's various, isn't it? There's one there that received 5,000, attended 15 days, Lord Balfour, and received £5,146, plus travel of £534. Yeah. So I think I want to, so it could be it. They seem to be earning anything between nil. Some of them there's a nil. He attended 5 days, mustn't have claimed it, I suppose. Baroness Burton. See if I can find Lord Blair. That'll be Tony Blair, will it? He's attended twice and received £664. I wonder if I can find... Baroness Brady, Karen Brady. She hasn't claimed anything. I wonder if I can find... what's his name? What's his name who does The Apprentice? Because he's a lord, isn't he? I mean, at least he's a self-made man. I mean, he dragged himself up from nothing. I've got all respect for people that have done that. But, gosh, they're going down. No, there's quite a lot of them as well. So how many is there of them? All that money, you as a British taxpayer, if you're living in Britain and you're paying taxes, you're paying all this money to these people, £330 odd a day just to sit in, to be a baron or a baroness. I can't see, are they in order? God, these bloody millions of them. I'm only up to G. Now, Lord Goldsmith, Zach Goldsmith, I know he is a friend of Boris Johnson's, and he was given that because he was a friend of Boris Johnson and Carrie. He's an ex-boyfriend of Carrie's. Now, he's claiming nothing, so he's rich. He is rich in his own right. And that's nice. If they claim nothing, good for them. So he's got the title, hasn't he? So I suppose it's just nice to say you're a lord or a lady. I mean, for some people, I couldn't give a shit, to be honest. Oh, here's your guy. Let's have a look. Oh, I just saw Lebedev. Stop. Lord Lebedev. Let's have a look. Where was he? I just saw him as I was... Lord Lebedev. He hasn't claimed anything, so he just wanted to be a lord. Fair enough. He wanted to be Lord. At least he's not claiming money, because he is rich, really, really rich. But it's nice to see that at least. But he shouldn't be a Lord. You know, at the end of the day, how can you have Lord Lebedev? You know, it's British House of Lords. It's not the Russian House of Lords. That, you know, it's nothing personal against him. He's probably, you know, a lovely person. I don't know. I think he's a bit of a philanthrope, to be honest. I think he does give money out to good causes and that, though. I don't know the details. But that's not the point. The point to me is he is not British. Now we've got Baroness Moan. See, do you know that's that Michelle Moan? Now, she hasn't claimed any expenses. Good, because she doesn't deserve any. But of course, she did get all those PPE contracts. The thing is, when you're a lord or a lady or a baron or a baroness, the world that you come into, it's more than just what you earn, though some of these are earning quite a lot. So you've got a few of them that aren't claiming anything, and then a few of them that are claiming everything they can. It's ironic, really, isn't it? I was looking for, gosh, I still can't remember his name, the bloody apprentice guy. I'm sure if I see it, I'll know it. But look at how many of them there are. You know, and the ones that are claiming for that. So really, I think if they go, because they only sit for 15 days, so more or less, if they sit for the 15 days, they get £4,980 of your money. And they're people that have been put there by the government. So because we've had a Tory government for so long, most of them probably will be Tory, because then when they're not, as far as I know, they're not titles that go to your children. You know, they're lifelong titles, but they don't get handed down to your children. So it's interesting, isn't it? Sugar, Alan Sugar, that's who I want to have a look at. Oh, the Archbishop of York, he claimed £166. You know, I'm not against people claiming the travel expenses and that to get there, but why do they get paid £330 just to sit there and do what? I don't know. It's just that these, as I've talked about before, what annoys me as well is these people that will be really sniffy about people who are on benefits earning an extra 20 quid here and there, or a job in hand, you know, just to try and get a little bit extra. These are the people that will look down on those kind of people, so that maybe get an extra 20 quid, 50 quid here and there. But they're sitting for one day and getting £320 for doing nothing really that I can see. Lord Sugar, he hasn't claimed anything. Good for him. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So we can always find out these things if we look hard enough. But the big sort of thing really, or the point for doing this was this about Charlotte. You know, let's go back to her photo. Charlotte Owen. Let's have a look at this Twitter stream that I found. Now, these are rumours, and I must say that I'm not saying that it is true that she is any relation whatsoever to Boris Johnson. I'm just telling you what some people are saying. Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. There's been a meltdown about it, because this would be on the day that Boris Johnson left Downing Street, I suppose. So this is Charlotte. This is Sean, the party, you know, partied all the way through lockdown while you were doing whatever you thought was right because you were told to. He didn't give a shit. He was having good parties and everything, enjoying himself. He is now Baron Bailey of Paddington. And this girl, who really has done nothing really except for work in Boris Johnson's office and possibly be related to him in some way, she is now Baroness Owen of the Edge for the rest of her life. So what do we think about that then? I just wanted to point it out to you, give you some food for thought. I hate privilege. I hate this. I hate the House of Lords system. The House of Commons at least is elected. We vote for them. And, you know, sometimes we get the people we want. Sometimes we don't. But that's democracy. But the House of Lords is not voted for. So why should I just a 20? So there you go. You've got a 29-year-old girl just been given a peerage for the rest of her life for no other reason except she might be some relative of Boris Johnson, or you know, who knows? Let's say you've got another guy who partied all the way through lockdown. So what really has he done for Britain? Is he made a failed attempt to win the to become mayor. He's just a Conservative MP. He's just a mate. He's a mate of Boris Johnson's. And you've got a Russian Lord Lebedev, who again is just a mate of Boris Johnson's, a lord in the British House of Lords. Just makes a mockery of everything. Makes a mockery of Britain. Do you imagine what other countries are thinking, that in the British House of Lords there is a Russian, especially now when everything's so anti-Russian, because it was supposed to be anti-Russian, but our Prime Minister's wife has got, like, connections to Russia with business. Everything is jobs for the boys and girls, isn't it? Jobs for the boys, jobs for the girls. That's what this Conservative government is. It's always been a little bit like that, but I think now, or maybe it's because of social media and we can look at it more closely. Maybe it was all going on and we just never realised. I mean, there's always been lords and that, but there you go. So something to chew over. I hope you have a lovely Sunday. If you're watching at another time, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching. And if you're watching from another country, that is batshit Britain. What is going on in Britain. I used to be proud to be British. Honestly, I did. I've always been proud of the fact that in Britain we're a little bit eccentric. We've always been a little bit, I like that. We're a little bit, everyone can be individual, or used to be able to be individual. Now there's so much anger, isn't there? Everybody's angry with each other. I've never seen so, and also the tolerance in Britain has gone. When I was young, we were tolerant, and I'm not blaming any particular side for that or whatever. I just know it's gone. Everything, Britain, just, I don't know, it's different now. It's different not in a good way from how it used to be. So let's hope one day maybe we'll get back to that, how we were. We won't be perfect. No country's perfect. But just seems like some of the things that I really was proud of, especially the tolerance, individuality, acceptance, eccentricity, these things, and sense of fair play, justice. I don't know where they've gone. Anyway, let me know what you think, as always, in comments. Forgotten to do the housekeeping again, so let me do it quickly. So if you want to learn Spanish, you can switch off now if you've heard it all before and you don't want to hear it again. If you want to learn Spanish, that's my other job. You can find my books on Amazon, Break the Language Barrier. You can also find my book on Amazon, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher. In fact, I'm going to get it up, because why do I always forget to do this? Because I get talking, and then once I get talking, that's it. Yeah, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher. Oh, I better share it, haven't I? Because if I don't share it, you won't be able to see it. Yes, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher by Vicki Marie Riley, Vicki with an I. that is the story, not my whole life, but it's the story of how I went to live in Spain, my own stalking experiences with an ex-partner, how I got into true crime, etc., how I became a Spanish teacher. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, that is Confessions of a Spanish Teacher. Then these are the Spanish books. Break the Language Barrier, levels 1, 2, 3, and there is a 4. Oh, yeah, well, really annoys me how they put it in a different order. 4 and 5. Other ways, of course, you can help my channel if you want to. The most important way is always to like the videos, you know, give the thumbs up, like the videos. Subscribe, consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. Commenting, you know, positive or negative, really, interaction. And there'll be some of you that will agree with what I've just said, and there'll be some of you that don't agree. And maybe you think the House of Lords is a good thing and should remain. You let me know. What else? Oh yeah, and thank you so much to all of you that have become members. I really appreciate that, because that's a way you can support my channel sort of regularly, but you can cancel at any time. So it's €1.99 a month. I put on extra videos, photos, etc. on there. I've got quite a lot of photos from the Nicola Bulley case that I won't put on the, you know, the public channel, because I just think they're a little bit personal. But I'm going to make like a slideshow of them, and that will go on my members channel. Some, you know, bits and pieces of it, because I don't like putting up unsubstantiated things on the main channel either. That's $1.99 a month, but you can cancel anytime. I've also there's a PayPal me link, a buy me a coffee link, or you can send supers and that. All the at the moment, any donations that people make, which are much appreciated, whatever the amount, will be going towards a new laptop, because this laptop, the computer that I bought a reconditioned computer, and it's brilliant, but that's at home. Obviously, can't, you know, as I'm traveling and going on location, I can't take that. I have to bring this with me. And oh my God, how I ever did any videos on it, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit back used to it now, but it's so slow, so slow. It takes so long. It takes hours just to make one video. So that's the aim. That's the goal. New laptop. And thank you to all of you who have already donated, because that will be going towards that. So remember to always live and love very carefully, very wisely. Perhaps try and find a baron to marry, or a lord, or, you know, there'll be loads of him around now, because, you know, Boris Johnson's made so many people. He gave them so many people, he was told off. Yes, look after you, because you are the most important thing. And I will see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God always go with you. Thank you so much.